Hello everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2022 with the Youth Academy only Guiseley save, and we are safe and definitely mid-table, 13th position, 45 games played, 61 points, so a very good end actually. One game left which is against Northampton, so we'll fly through that. But before we get to that, let's have a quick look about how the season has gone. So it's been a little bit all over the place. An okay start, mid-table, dropped down towards the relegation zone, back into mid-table, solidified in mid-table. Basically, it's been pretty good for a first season in League One. I'm desperately looking forward to see how much money we get for finishing places, what solidarity payments are, and how that's going to happen, because finances are seriously in the mud. 1.6 million in debt. But again, once the reputation matches up and you get sponsorship money, then it will all sort itself out. So I'm not actually that worried. I think it's fine. We're not going to get sacked because of the overall balance of the club. The worst thing that could happen is that the club gets sold to someone that then wants to sack me. That would be the worst way for this series to finish. But we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Into the squad, appearances-wise, huge. 54 appearances this season for Scott Lloyd. Let's just see if we can get this a little bit neater. There we go. 54 appearances for Scott Lloyd. Not missed a game, basically, this season. He's missed 3. I think Ben Spence has not played a game this season, so there you go. He hasn't missed any games. 40 appearances for Will Jones, 40 for Lewis Scott, or starting appearances, 43 for Will Jones, 42 in total for Lewis Salt, 41 for Chris Fearon, 48 for Tarrant Allpress, 40, this is testing my maths, 43 for Dominic Johnson, 40 for Harry Jordan, 35 for Hanif Bertrand. He's definitely stepped up to the first team this year, which is awesome to see. Goals-wise, 13 for Tarrant Allpress, 12 for Chris Fearon, and 12 for Cameron Thorpe as well. We are spreading the goals around those three. Drops off a cliff after that, but no worries about that. Assists-wise, we have 7 for Rocket, 6 for Stitt, 5 for Curran, 4 for Fearon, 3 for Faulkner, 3 for Bertrand, 3 for Tarmi, 2 for Harris, and 2 for Adams, 2 for Salt, 2 for Jordan, and 1 for a few other people. We do need more assists coming from fullbacks, I think. I think fullbacks is where we need to try and get them more in the game in the next season and go from there. But all in all, the team have been performing really, really well this season. It's been really good. And we had a request to go and have a look at how people that we've sold, how are they getting on in previous seasons and this season, and where are they now, basically. So if we go and have a look at scouting, the easiest way to do this will be go and look at our shortlist, because every time we sell or release a player, they get added to the shortlist. So first off, a lot of people that have come through our youth system still are playing club football somewhere, which is really good to see. Those that aren't, Dean Keenan, who we sold to Crewe, or he moved on a free to Crewe, lasted one season there, went on a free to Glenavon, now released from then as well. Who else have we got here? We've got Jerry Lester, who we released on a free this season. Hasn't been picked up by anyone yet. So the easiest way to do this would just be sort by club, right? And it'll put them to the top. Jez Hines, we released him this year as well. He hasn't been picked up by anyone just yet. Danny Fox is another one. I think a youngster came through, moved to Oldham. Not done very well, has he? He's the goalkeeper for Oldham. Actually got quite a lot of first team football in the National League. Didn't do very well for them, and then got released on a free. Degan Chuton, he was really highly rated but never broke into the team. 6 appearances for us in League 2. Didn't play for us in League 1, got released. And that's it in terms of frees. Then if we look at transfer value, the highest transfer value at the moment is Daryl Hay McComb, playing for Stevenage. Stevenage under 18s actually, hasn't played for their first team just yet. Obviously, we do have some big money ones here. Oren Beeston is a player I think got poached from us. Yeah, Bristol Rovers signed him. They've loaned him out to Barnet in National League South, where he's not doing too bad. He's getting plenty of game time for them. Brooklyn Christie was obviously a big one. Morecambe bought him. He's now transfer listed for 9k. Morecambe paid 82,000 for us. It could rise to 100k, but given the fact he's only played 1 game for them since they bought him in, probably not going to get many appearances. Tony Hogan at Bradford is now wanted by someone. Tony Hogan, transfer listed for 1.5k. His contract's about to expire. He is wanted by Harrogate Town as a transfer. That is a drop-off. 250k they paid for him, for us. He played 13 appearances for them in League 1. went on loan to National League Stevenage, where he played 16 games, and is playing for Bradford in League 2. But that is a terrible investment from Bradford if they're going to let his contract expire. Bless him. The Montserratian, he could have... Well, we had to sell him for that amount of money. Who else went for big money? Liam Brown went for 33k, didn't he, to Preston. Even when they bought him, we said it was probably for the future, and he is in their under 21s at the moment. I don't know. Can we see how he's been playing? No, we can't see how he's been playing in the under 21s. There was Paul Byrne, the centre-back. He's now at Tranmere, so he's moved around. 100k, MK Dons bought him off us. Played a few times for them that first season. 3 games in his last season. Moved to Fylde on a free transfer. Did well there. Got picked up by Tranmere in League 2 and has had 2 good seasons for Tranmere in League 2. What could have been if he had stayed with us, eh? He would have been amazing. He's got Mansfield and Oxford interested in him. His contract's about to expire as well, so he'll probably get a free move somewhere. I think that's it in terms of players that we sold for money. Ryan Amarell left us, joined Crewe on a free transfer. Not played at all for Crewe. He is going to be leaving on a free transfer from them as well. So Job McKenzie was one we were very interested in, but he just did nothing. He's gone back to Guyana. But I think they're the main ones that I can remember. In terms of who we recommended to re-sign, Greg Morgans. I mean, he looks... Well, he's 23 now. Didn't play for us. Signed by Woking on a free. A couple of appearances in League 2 for Woking. Jerry Lester's on the list. Brooklyn Christie, Deegan Touton, Jez Hines, Neil Kelly. Geraint Breeze is a B+, but a greyed out B+. But, yeah, Charles Karuna, the fullback. I thought he was going to be really good at one point from Malta. He's gone back to Malta to play there. But, yeah, Callum Powell as well. All of our sort of Australian, New Zealand contingent that we had. Oh, yeah, don't have many of them knocking around. Wayne Harper. He was our first sale, wasn't he, I think, Wayne Harper. First regen sale. 7.5k to Tranmere. Loan to Gateshead. Tranmere carried on playing for Tranmere in League 2 and got a lot of games. Dropped down to National League North with Darlington on loan. Picked up by Gloucester. Moved to Maidstone. And is now playing well at Maidstone. So hopefully he has a career ahead of him. Wanted by Portsmouth and Shrewsbury. Oh! Portsmouth, of course. Where's Georgios? There he is. Oh my word, he has tumbled down this list. Georgios. He has now moved. Portsmouth sold him for 8k. He played 3 times for Portsmouth in League 2. One of them was against us. And now he's moved to Cyprus for 8k, or home to Cyprus, for 8k. 22 appearances, 7 assists and a 7.39. So he's enjoying life in Cyprus like he did when we sent him there on loan. But, yeah, what a loss for Portsmouth that is. Wow, the AI has been taking risks on our players and they really haven't been paying off for him. So that's probably the main ones we need to look at. Let's get into the game. We'll have the end of season review and go through a few more things for next year. Right, so we're going to go with Ben Spence in goal for this one. We're going to call up a few of the under 18s and under 21s in here as well. I feel like playing our... Let's get Joe. Joe can get in there at centre-back. I think that's good. Jan Petrick can go on the bench as our backup goalkeeper. No issues with that. It will give him a shirt number as well. Kaminsky, obviously, is going to start at right-back. So it's a very young right side we've got of defence at the moment. We'll put Will Jones in there just for a bit of experience at the back. I guess... Oh yeah, Jevgen Villions. I feel like you can go on the bench actually, Jevgen Villions, with your nickname, which is amazing. We've got Bezo Tarrant. All press is still here. I'm looking for... Where is the guy that we named... There he is, Alphakoff, right wing. You can start at right wing. We'll give you a run out. Alphakoff. The Patreons getting a little... the patrons and the members getting a little run out, which is nice. We could play Georgios too. At left wing. I think we still need to take this semi-seriously. I want Marquez on the bench. He's a very highly rated youngster. Let's pick the rest of the starting 11 now before we're trying to put youngsters on the bench. Okay, so we need a left back. So we'll go with Max Whittingham has been knocking on the door for a call up to the first team, although he's more of a right back, which is a little bit irritating. So he can go on the bench. So, wow, left backs. Left back will be... Stuart Faulkner or Dave Mills? we'll go with the experience of Dave Mills for the final game of the season. Into Anchor, the Anchorman role. I think Anchorman will just stick with Lewis Salt. He's been very good all season. He's had a good season in there. There's nothing else really to say. Lewis Salt can play in there. He'll start next to Hanif Bertrand. We'll keep it strong in central midfield. Oh, we've got Connor as well, haven't we? Connor, where do you want to play? You want to play there. We're training you. What are we training you to be, Connor? We're training to be a deep line playmaker on defend. I don't think you're quite ready for it yet, but we'll start you next to the experienced Lewis Salt, which means we'll get Hanif Bertrand on the bench. And then I think from this point on, we have to be pretty sensible. So Alpha Koff on the right, we'll start Chris Fearon. We'll start on the left-hand side. I think we go pretty strong, right? I think Cameron Thorpe is injured. Oh no, there he is. He's back from injury. And Taron Allpress up top, and then we will pick the bench. We've only got 2 spaces left, so let's get some experienced heads on there. I think Danny Adams is a good one to have on there, a little bit of versatility, and probably a centre-back. Dominic Johnson is a very good defender to have on there. Right, so we're going to give the Patreons a run out, and the members, they're all going to get a game. I'm interested to see how we get on. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Right, what I did on stream, if you're not watching the Newcastle stream, Wednesdays over on twitch.tv/culturedleftfoot, we are going through and deciding how to play against them. Fluid counter-attack, so they're going to sit deep and try and pounce. I think with that in mind, we don't really want to go and give them a high line that they can counter on really quickly. I mean, if you look, it's direct into the middle is basically what it's saying. Counter-attack looks to draw the opposition forward to leave them vulnerable on the break. Players will be fluid on the counter, trying to combine with each other and carry the ball with clear intent. Actually, with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're actually going to do this. We're going to get these guys to sit a little bit deeper. We don't need them to push on. We definitely don't need to be playing a high line in a game like this. If they're going to try and hit us on the break, let's not play into their hands for doing that. We will drop Fearon. We're going to drop Fearon, actually. Connor, it was a deep line playmaker, wasn't it? No, box to box. There you go. We'll put you at what the assistant thinks is your best role. Although your passing stats, passing 10, technique 13, vision 10. It's not bad. Let's have a deep line playmaker on support. So off the ball positioning is very low. What's the difference in box to box though? Yeah, there's no stamina there for a box to box. So deep line playmaker on support. Next to you, we will get Bertrand in to start, because Bertrand can play in there and he can be a... Oh, should we go advanced playmaker? Try and keep the ball. Let's try and keep the ball. Alpha Koff on the wing is a inside inverted winger. An inverted winger, no less. There we go. An inverted winger in there. We'll start Thorpe on this side. Ball press through the middle. The higher tempo is fine. Do we want to go slightly more direct? No, they're going to sit deep, so we want to control... We want to control possession here. We want to control possession, not give it away too easily. We'll whip those crosses in low. And we'll do the mid block. We know that in transition. Short kicks to the centre-backs is fine. We will counter and counter-press to start. We're the better team. And that is a few little tactical tweaks. So into the game we go. Into the game we go. I thought I'd already pressed it, but it was just loading to the screen. Right, numbers for our youngsters. So we've now used 43 players or given out 43 numbers this season, which is cool. I like it. Bringing through the youth players, giving people chances and games, and then we're going to go and do some tactics via players that they have. So into the dressing room, we will say, look, the fans have been fantastic for us. Go and give them the last performance to cheer for. Kaminsky seemed anxious. Don't seem anxious, mate. I trust you. There you go. I trust everyone. Don't worry about it. Appeared inspired. Kaminsky. You're my boy. Kaminsky. You are my boy. Right, they're lining up in a 4-4-2, which I think is quite exploitable in this shape. So we'll go really try and stretch them really wide. We won't play through the middle just yet. But yeah, that's fine. What I want to do is just pause that quickly, go into the opposition, and I want to see their central midfielders. Joe Knight, composure 7 to 11. Carl Morgan, composure we don't know. That's not very helpful. I do think we will go and press and tackle their midfield hard. It's a classic 4-4-2. Show everyone inside, down the middle. That's why we've got more numbers. Zach Lovelace, you're off the ball is 10 to 14, so we're not going to mark you tightly. Off the ball 12 to 19. Okay, good strikers. Northampton have good strikers, but if we can stem the supply, we're in a good position to get something out of this game. Just want to check everything's on because we were playing the Twitch stream on 2D. Here is Connor on his debut, up to all press. All press comes forward with it, out to the left, down to Thorpe. Thorpe's in, Thorpe shoots. It's a good save. It's a really good save. Let's quickly have a look. Ah, no, they're not going to be pushing their fullbacks too high if they're trying to play on the counter. Salt swings it deep to the far post. Oh, I think that was that Bertrand or Joe that may have had a header there? Not too sure. That's a good point, Joe. What's your jumping reach? 12. It's not brilliant. Not too bad, though. Good teamwork and work rate. But yeah, we're starting okay. Let's have a look at the Northampton stats. Anyone dictating the game? Hercules is dictating the game with 2 key passes. So come out of that into opposition. Hercules, as a man, we will press you, mark you, press you. Yeah, we'll tackle you hard on that side as well and show you onto your weak foot. What footed are you? You are very strong on your left. So yeah, let's show you inside as well. In fact, are you right footed? I assume you're going to be. They're both pretty strong. Okay, that doesn't help. You're not doing much in the game at the moment though. So right, let's keep that going. A little bit of tactical stuff. Andrews up to Teofo, who is a very good centre forward. Knight, Gabopo into Kapapki. See, we're not pressing them. They're not drawing us out all that easily. Alpha Koff does well. Salt up towards all press. Header from Kapapke into Morgan. Heracles, ball through. Lovelace looked offside, but it's play on at the moment. Jones fouls him because it's Joe. That was Joe. Joe, that was you giving away a penalty. Shocking. I thought it was Jones, but it said Joe. So, yeah, not a great debut for you, Joe, giving away a penalty, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. A penalty that's a red card. Get him off. Thank you. Emil Hercules is gone. They are down to 10 men. So they're playing narrow. Get down the wings. In transition. Distribute to flanks. There we go. Right. We've got an extra man. Let's make it count. We can probably push a little bit forward as well. Yeah, it was a pretty even game up until that point. Joe's penalty has given them the momentum, let's call it. Into the dressing room, point the finger. Look, there's much more to show in the second half. And we're going to go, because we've got a man better, we're going to go Bertrand up there, Salt into midfield, central midfielder on defend, playmaker. I think you want to be an Enganche, don't you? That's what it says is your best role. Is an Enganche, which is fair enough. We're playing width, so let's get you as a winger on attack now. And yeah, I think that's how we're going to play. Joe 6.2, not brilliant. All the other youngsters, Alpha Koff doing all right at 6.6. Connor on a 6.7. Kaminsky 6.7. We love him at right back. He is the future of this club. Patrick Kaminsky. Okay, they've made a sub, but they're sticking with their 4-3-3, which is going to be shifting around a bit. Jones out to Kaminsky. Down the line to Alpha Koff, but he gets beaten to the ball. Lovelace into Kirk. Back to Giorgio. Teofo. Loads of space out wide for Andrews. That's... Oh, hello. That's a decent goal from 10 men Northampton. They got a massive overlap there on their fullbacks. Yeah, I mean, I know Thorpe shouldn't be tracking, but given the fact they're down to 10 men, we probably shouldn't allow that to happen. But yeah, what can you do? Final game of the season. It's all for a bit of all for a little bit of like youth football, trying to get them on. So, can Alpha Koff play here? Yes, he can. Thorpe can play there as well. Drop you back. So, youngsters on the bench. Do we want to bring on? Let's bring on Jean Villions for all press. And we'll get you on... What have you got? You've got no pace, balance, jumping reach, finishing, off the ball and work rate. And you are 6'1". So pressing forward probably suits you because you've got decent work rate. Alpha Koff will take you off for Marquez. Marquez wants to be a right-footed winger, which is fine with me in this system. Right-footed winger. We'll do... Who else do we could bring on Jan Petrick, but Do you want to bring you on, Jan? I don't think we do just yet. No offence. We'll bring on these two youngsters for now. I mean, Dave Mills is having a shocker. In fact, let's do Joe. Your debute's going to come to an end. You've had a decent game. You're coming off. And we will do Max Whitton for Dave Mills as well, actually, just to get that done. Shadow striker on attack. Let's get you forward in behind. Still focused down the wings. Let's see if those substitutes make any difference. On the hour mark, we're going to ring in a few changes. So Spence out to Thorpe. Thorpe looks to turn and run at his man. Back to Whittam. Tries to put a ball through to Bertrand. Didn't fancy running after that one. He was like, nah, you're all right. Knight. Back to Morgan. Over the top. And that's a poor touch from Jones and a good save from Ben Spence in goal. I forgot we had the youngster making an appearance today. Kookenay with the corner. Swings it in. Headed away by Bertrand at the back post. Lovelace is robbed by Salt. Up to Thorpe. Can we counter? I don't think we're going to counter with any sort of pace or ability. Is that a free kick? No. I was hoping they might get another red card, but not yet. Salt goes up. We've got an extra man as well, right? Let's put them under a little bit of pressure now we've got an extra man. I think we can afford to do that as Bertrand picks up the loose ball out towards Thorpe on the left. Thorpe into Whittam, but he's tackled well. Teofo's there. Ball through to Lovelace. And we know they've got good strikers. I'm really not fussed about today's game. I think they're fighting for safety as well. So, good on them. They've got something to play for. But we're just having fun. We're out here having fun for the final game of the season away from home. Like, who cares? Who cares? We're safe. That's all that matters. We're safe in League One. And yes, we're 3-0 down to a team with 10 men. But, playing with 10 men galvanises a team. Kaminsky gets it away up towards Thorpe. But Kookenay's there to bring it down. Back to Kapapke. Morgan over the top. Teofo. Good save from Ben Spence. Well done. Well done, Mr. Youngster. Well done. Kookenay on the ball. What can he do? Swings it in. Headed away by Jones. Bertrand tries to get there, but Kapapke keeps it alive. Here's Kirk again. Kirk shoots. Easy save for Ben Spence with that one. 10 minutes to go. I think, the game's gone, but we're not really that fussed about it, are we? I mean, we could go 4-2, 4-2-3-1 for the last 10 minutes or so. We don't need to distribute to the flanks. Let's go full-backs and centre-backs. We're closing them down a bit more. That's fine. I could have gone into more detail about what I'm trying to do, but the game's over. Let's just get to the end of the season and do the review, because I want to go and attack League One again next year. That's what we want to do. We want to make this count. As the AI is moving their formation around all over the place. But it's some good game time for the youngsters. I don't know if anyone really impressed. No one off the bench really impressed. Max Whittam came on 6.8. Will Jones 6.8 as our most experienced player. Bertrand 6.8. But yeah, it gets some game time. It'll give them a boost of attributes anyway. So getting some first team football. But I am going to say to them, I'm not happy with that performance. Just so they know the level of performance we do need. But there we go. So Northampton Town didn't quite make safety. Oh, they needed a huge goal difference swing, so that was never going to happen. But 13th position is where we finish. That's what we've got to beat next year. Hopefully, keep building up, keep doing that, and keep trying to get better. Is the plan, isn't it? Every season, that's what we want to do. So yeah, we'll be back for the end of season review as Northampton suffer final day relegation. Bless them. Nichols' tactical gamble fails. Yes, it did. Marquez makes professional debut along with Joe P, Alpha Koff, Connor, and Yevgen Villons. Amazing. Reading go up as champions. Rotherham go up with them, and in the playoffs is Oxford, Burnley, Swansea, and Wigan. We'll be back for the end of season review. Here we are then for the end of season review 2035-36 or season 13 if you're in our mood. Savas Nicolo we sold. I forgot about that. 57k. Or 38k, potentially rising to 57. He's gone back to Cyprus as well. 7.31, he's getting there. He did okay for us, just wasn't getting game time. Started being a miserable little git. So, yeah, we moved him on. He's gone, a B-. We could bring in an extra 18.87k in the future. Deegan Tooten got a C. B for releasing Jez Hines and a C for releasing Jerry Lester. Nate Ampler is the only loan we sent out this season. I think we will go for a few more loans out next season if the under-21 bug isn't fixed. But the season results then, an A+ from the board, getting safety, which is awesome, mid-table, which is already discussed, like 13th position. Very, very happy with that one. The FA Cup was a little bit less successful. Second round, we were knocked out by Wimbledon. The League Cup knocked out in the first round by Huddersfield on penalties. And in the Papa John's Trophy, we got to the third round of the Northern Section knockouts, but got knocked out by Newcastle United under 21s, which was a little bit disappointing. Biggest win, a 3-0 win over Sheffield United under 21s in the Papa John's Trophy. Match dream was a 2-1 win over Doncaster. And goal of the season was Chris Fearon, showing his class by scoring a low drive from 33 yards out. Lovely stuff when we beat Burnley. That's good. Right, finances-wise, this is what I mean, right? Last season we made 67.68k in sponsorship in League 2. This year in League 1, 239k. So that keeps ticking over. We're going to get more money coming into the bank. 469k in broadcast revenue. That's up from last season. Corporate and hospitality has gone up from last season. Prize money has gone up 66k from last season. And match day commercial and retail has gone up by just over 100k as well. So more money is coming into the club, which is good to see. This is how we lined up for most of the season. Lloyd in goal, Jordan, Jones, Johnson, Faulkner, Lewis, Salt, Bertrand, Rocket, Fearon, Stitt and Allpress up front in the 4-2-3-1. Oh, here we go then, like lots of awards. So we didn't get anything. Chris Fearon won the Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season and Goal of the Season. Top goal scorer, Taron Allpress, again with 13. Tim Rocket up there with 7 assists. Shane Stitt got the Most Player of the Match award, so he's looking really good. Looking forward to see how he progresses, actually. Chris Fearon got the highest average rating with a 7.1. And once again, Malik Priestnall got the most completed passes in 90 minutes, which is good to see. And Harry Jordan has become our most ever league capped player with 410 appearances, all coming as a youth academy graduate. In that first season, he's played at least one game every year and has been a very solid right back for us as we've climbed the divisions. Will he be a player that's still here and we get to the Premier League? We'll have to find out. But history in the making then. It was good. A good season. Really good. Really happy with that. We turned it around midway through the season and it went well. And this manager timeline is one of the most useless inclusions in Football Manager I think I've ever seen. But there we go. Lovely stuff. In terms of supporters then, a drop in core supporters but an up in fair weather supporters. 1.9k increase in followers on social media, which is good. Squad performance, we'll look at that off camera. They were disappointed that we didn't play counter-attacking football and we didn't play too much direct football. Wow, okay. So, no, we're not doing attacking football. I'm not committing to that. Everything else worked towards repairing the club's financial damage. So now it is becoming... we've added this as well, as we feel it would make good business sense for the club to look to expand the stadium. Wow, okay. I do like that. Yeah, okay. Suggest that. They're happy for not. But we do have to start playing a bit more counter-attacking football. Good to know. Squad dynamics. So Les Knight, Lewis Salt and Harry Jordan are the team leaders. Lots of highly influential players now and influential players in 19 sit in other. End of season team meeting. We're going to come back and we're going to be... I think we're going to be in a relegation battle. So next time around, you're all going to need to be your best to stay up. There we go. Outstretched. Brilliant. That's what I want to hear. No promises. Bertrand's always annoyed. It's always Bertrand that's annoyed when I say there's no promises. But yeah, sod him. New season team report. Okay, I compiled a team report assessment based on our current players for the upcoming season. There's a general lack of eccentricity among the goalkeepers, which is good. Goalkeepers do not like to punch the ball clear. There are a number of talented young prospects. Good. Yes, Kaminsky's there. Goalkeepers in the team are good at coming off their line to deal with danger. Chris Fearon has been in fantastic form. Harry Jordan is the best of 6 good options at right back. Dominic Johnson is one of 7 good options at left back. Will Jones is one of best 6 options at centre back. Scott Lloyd is superb quality in goal. Okay, we've got... I'm not going to go through them all. But yeah, decision making isn't amazing. Strength, dribbling, best score in terms of pace. Yeah, there's lots of negatives as well. But injury reports. Priestnall was out with 3, missed 27% of the season. Faulkner missed 24, and then it's a number of under 21s. And they've all gone on their end of season break. Right, I would like to get to the point to see how much money we get at the end of the season, but I don't think we will until the playoffs are done. This video has already gone on longer than I wanted it to in terms of recording time, so I think we'll have a look. But 1.6 What did we get end of last year? So let's have a quick look. So income last season. Here we go. So last season we got. Oh, this is what I want. Last season we bought in 4.3 million. This season we bought in 5.1, and there's still a couple of weeks to go. So that's pretty good. So we've had nearly $1 million increase of money that's come in. Expenditure has gone up by basically $1.5 million. Right. Okay. What's our biggest expenditure? Tax. Tax is our biggest expenditure. Last season, a tax bill of 483,000. This season, 744. Players' wages, 624,730. That's still quite low. Staff wages have gone up by over 100k. So over 100k, over 100k. About 260k. Yeah, okay. VAT is a killer, actually. We've paid loads of VAT. Yeah, everything's generally gone up. Bonuses have gone up by 180k roughly. Match day expenses have gone up. Other has gone up. What's other? Amount of miscellaneous expenses such as advertising, supplies, and other general expenses. Okay. Loan repayments has been roughly the same. Yeah, okay. So it's not dreadful. We're not making a huge amount of loss. We do still have this bank loan that we're paying 8.5k a month until 2043, which is very, very irritating. But overall, it's not too bad. So I think we leave it there. We crack on and we see what happens in the summer, and we come back for the start of season 14, where we'll be playing with Guiseley again in League One, and hopefully, I don't know, mate. Can we have an attack on the playoffs? I'm not sure. I mean, we've done it before. We have done it before, haven't we? If we go club info history, I guess it'll be landmarks. Yeah. So 2024. Hang on. That was that was ages ago. So Charlie Wood takes over as part of the fan trust. Charlie Wood leaves. They appoint Jack Smith, promotion from within. He's still here now. So we won the Vanarama National League North. So we got promoted. Then we were in that division for absolutely ages. And then we won the Vanarama National in 2033. We turned professional. And then we got promoted from Sky Bet League 2. So we were in League 2 for 2 seasons. The 33-34 and 34-35 season. This is 35-36. So if we do what we did previously, we'll be going up this year to the championship. But I'm not too sure if that is going to happen. There's a quick overview of our facilities just to let you know what that is, because we haven't shown them in a while. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one when we get through the summer and hopefully don't lose too many players. But for now, see you soon. Cheers. I'm out. Bye. I got my outro all sorts of wrong there, didn't I? All sorts of wrong. See you in the next one. Cheers.